Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us for today's Relevant Marketing webinar, How to Get SEO on Track, hosted by Marketing Relevance. Today's presentation will be around 45 minutes and includes a specific question and answer period at the end of the webinar. We'll attempt to answer as many of your questions as possible. If your question isn't answered during the Q&A session, we will respond to you following the presentation. You can submit a question at any time during today's presentation by typing your question into the questions area and clicking on the send button located under the box. If you would like your question answered specifically by one of today's speakers, please type their name with your question into the box. If you experience any issues with audio coming through your computer speakers, please make sure your speakers are on and the volume is turned up. You may also press F5 to refresh your computer screen. We encourage you to continue growing your professional endeavors, and we hope our webinar will provide you the tools you need to build a successful marketing program. I'm Mitch Levinson, Managing Partner for Marketing Relevance. I will be presenting part of today's webinar, along with the mRELEVANCE SEO team, Doug Silk and Blair McKenzie. As a 20-year industry veteran and internet marketing expert that specializes in search engine optimization, website development, email marketing, social media, and CRM consulting services, I oversee and implement successful programs that can be tracked through analytics to prove effectiveness and return on investment. Those of you that know me know that I pride myself on the work hard, play hard philosophy. That's one of the reasons I always say that I'm the same person in business I am in my personal life. My work ethic and focus on effectiveness brings out the best in our team and creates effective programs for our clients. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at MitchLevinson3. Doug Silk is our SEO coordinator. He is an expert in the components that make up search engine optimization and marketing, and he handles paid search duties for all of mRELEVANCE clients. While collaborating with the mRELEVANCE content and web development teams, Doug ensures that new sites are properly optimized prior to launch to improve overall website ranking. He also works with existing website owners to improve their visibility and rankings. With 15 years in the search industry, Doug helps all of our clients achieve and maintain the top rank of search engine queries. Blair McKenzie is our SEO specialist, and she assists with on-page and off-site SEO and works with the SEO and content team to create effective strategies for clients. Blair is a 2014 graduate of Drake University with degrees in advertising and psychology, and she utilizes that background to improve clients' on-page SEO by optimizing website copy to provide valuable content to visitors while maintaining the client's brand and voice. She is also our Apple gadget specialist and continues to keep up to date with our Apple products, our mobile products as well. Her fresh perspective gives her the ability to track and analyze user behavior in an effort to better understand buyer wants and needs. Please note that today's session is being recorded and all participant lines will be muted during the session. Blair, Doug, and I recently attended Pubcon earlier this month. Pubcon is the premier social media and optimization conference and expo held annually in Las Vegas. Short for Publishers Conference, Pubcon was named a Forbes must-attend event and an Inc. conference for growing your business. It features the industry's leading businesses, startups, speakers, keynotes, exhibitors, and sponsors involved in the social media, digital marketing, search engine, and online advertising realms. The mRELEVANCE team attends this conference every single year to stay on top of the latest information and trends. This webinar is really the top 10 takeaways from Pubcon this year. So let's get started. Today's top 10 list from Pubcon, which we're going to go into in more detail as we go through this list. We're going to start with goals and goal setting. That's very important. We're going to talk about some of the changes and some of the basics related to on-page optimization and some of the technical advanced SEO optimization. We're going to talk in detail about link building, and citation building. And then we're going to talk about visual optimization as it relates to images and video. We're going to spend some time talking about Mobilegeddon, which is Google's change earlier this year related to mobile search. We're going to talk about how you can track your key performance indicators as it relates to showing effectiveness and success in achieving your goals. And then at the end, we're going to round it out with the SEO tools that we use, some free and some paid, so that you can have your SEO, perfect SEO experience. And then we're going to talk about how SEO is really or should be part of your overall business process and not just focused on optimization and keyword rankings. So with that, we're going to talk very specifically initially about achieving your goals. So search engine optimization should be like all of the other areas within your business and marketing. You need to start with setting effective goals. And an effective goal starts with the SMART technique. So first, your goal needs to be specific. It needs to be measurable, where you can track exactly what it is that you're trying to accomplish. It needs to be achievable. You need to set the bar in the right place so that it is hard enough to achieve, but it is something that you can strive for. It has to be results focused. It can't just be some theory. And it needs to have a timeline associated to it. It cannot just be open-ended. So from an SEO standpoint, a good goal might be something like, I want to increase my organic search traffic to my website by 30%, which would equate to an additional 15 leads over the next 6 weeks. So that goal was very specific. It was measurable. Depending on where your traffic is right now, it could be achievable. It's results focused because it talked not only about traffic but conversion, and it was timely. It gave us a timeline for where we're going to be at the end so that we can achieve our goals. So again, when you start thinking about goals and goal setting, make sure that your goals are both realistic, achievable, specific, measurable, achievable, results focused, and timely. So let's jump right into some of the on-page basics. So Blair, do you want to share with the group a little bit about on-page SEO? I'm sorry, Doug. Doug, you're speaking. You're up.
Yep. Thanks. Welcome everybody, and thanks for joining us. Yep. One of the takeaways at Pubcon, as always, is making sure that we are keeping up to date with the best practices recommended by the search engines. So one of the main focuses here is with making sure that at a minimum your on-page the on-page elements of your website have been optimized. So what we have here is a snapshot of what we in the business call a SERP, which is a search engine results page. SERP is what pulls up with either Google, Bing, Yahoo, whatever engine you may be on when you type in a search term. So here we have, we've used Chicago because that's where we're located as just kind of a baseline. So as you can see up at the top, we have Chicago as our search term. Search terms are also basically interchangeable as keywords, so kind of keep that in mind. What pulls up here, first result, City of Chicago. Where you see City of Chicago in the red box, it's labeled as a title tag. The title tag is one of the most important features in optimizing your website. Basically what that does is it tells the search engine what your website is all about. So as you can see right here, pretty cut and dry. This website, according to cityofchicago.org, is about the City of Chicago, so perfectly optimized. Underneath the title tag, you will see the URL structure, www.cityofchicago.org. Anytime you can fit your main keyword or variable or similar keyword within your URL structure, it is recommended. There is search engine optimization weight given to what your domain is, your URL is. So anytime you can fit in a keyword, a specific keyword into that URL, we would suggest doing that. Underneath your URL is what they call the meta description. The meta description used to be included in search engine optimization ranking factors. So if you had a really good meta description, you were given, kind of extra credit. Google and Bing and Yahoo have since taken that away. However, it is extremely important for you to have a meta description attached to each and every page that you have on your website. That meta description, as you can see, is your sales pitch to the person doing the searching, that they have found and Google has returned the right results, that they have information, that your website information that they are looking for. So right here it says, welcome to the official City of Chicago website. Right there. If you're looking for information on Chicago, that's where you want to go. There's your sales pitch. And it gives you about 180 or 150 characters for you before it gets cut off to kind of make that sales pitch, to let the searchers know your website contains the information that they are looking for. When we get down to looking at the title tags, the URL, and the meta description, again, they all contain that search term or keyword. This is extremely, extremely important based on what keywords you are trying to achieve ranking for. When you get beyond this and you click into the website, these are the same keywords that you should be placing within your actual page content. What that does is it reaffirms to the search engines that the information that I gave you in my title tag, in my meta description, in my URL structure is relevant, and that my site in this instance would contain valuable information on my search term, which is Chicago. So that is, again, kind of your outline basics. Again, if you're going to be doing the minimum to try and optimize your site, start with your title tag, start with your meta description, and make sure that those keywords that you have searched for and you find important are going to be included in your on-page content. Now we can get into a little bit more advanced technical SEO. Some of this is considered on-page optimization. Some of this is considered off-page optimization. We talked a little bit about the meta tags and the description tags. There are additional tags that are available to you to utilize to explain to the search engines what your site is about. There are things called heading tags or header tags, H tags as we call them in the industry. What these are for is these are used as kind of a, if you were to think of your website as a book, the header tags on each page can be kind of utilized as a chapter within that book. It allows you to further distinguish that this specific page of the specific site is more information about this. So kind of going back to the example we had with Chicago, what we would do is, as you got further in, if there was a page on parking in the city of Chicago, you could, include the title, include parking in Chicago within your title, but you can also use your heading tag to utilize your keyword, which would be Chicago parking in this instance, to go through and further solidify that your site and this specific page is going to be about parking in Chicago. There are the robot.txt files. What these are used to communicate to the search engines specific areas of your website which you do not want crawled and you do not want indexed. You don't want these to show up to the public. There's various reasons that this might happen, but you can determine through the robot.txt files as well as sitemaps what pages on your site you want crawled and what pages on your site you do not want crawled. The sitemap on the other side of the coin is a protocol that tells an XML file inclusion protocol that basically tells the websites that, hey, I want you to come to my website, and when you do, I want you to crawl all the URLs listed in this sitemap that make up my website, and these are what I want you to index. And it allows you to kind of dictate where you want the bots to go and what you want them to crawl to make it a better user experience for the search engines to crawl, which in turn makes it a better experience for the users that find the website. Flash used to be a big thing. The search engines do not like Flash. Flash-heavy sites are extremely, extremely bad, to the point where Google has put out a warning on certain devices, iPhones, iPads, and everything else, for sites that use a lot of Flash, just because when you get into a lot of Flash, the websites become very user-friendly, and it provides a bad user experience. So we try and limit Flash as much as possible on websites. A lot of sites used to be written with Ajax. Which is another form of code. They have said that Google is going to basically stop crawling Ajax sites, just because, again, it's very difficult for them to get a handle on everything that is included. So we would recommend staying away from that. There is schema markup, which is something that it's a code that you would place on certain pages with your website to help return, to help the search engines give you more informative results for users. You've probably seen this for e-commerce type of sites where it returns ratings and reviews. It can also be used for videos to return thumbnail pictures and everything else. And then the last thing we're going to touch on really quickly is a canonical, which is a certain page on your site. If you have duplicate content pages that you might be able to reach from different menu paths, what you can do is you can go and you can put a canonical on a certain page and tell Google, hey, I don't want you to use this page as a specific indexing point. I would like you to use another page that contains similar or duplicate information. And what that does is, again, it cuts down on Google finding duplicate information or returning negative results because of duplicate content. So those are just some of the things that we look at on the more technical side of SEO to make sure that when we're optimizing sites that we have kind of all these ducks in a row to make sure that when we go in and we are helping people achieve their rankings, that these are things we want to look at.
Thanks, Doug. And as a reminder, if you have any questions about some of the technical specifics that Doug was talking about, or that you're going to hear Blair talk about in just a minute, please feel free to type them into the chat window in the bottom of your session. But at this point, we're gonna move on, and Blair is going to talk to us about link building.
Thanks, Mitch. So link building is considered one of the most important factors of your SEO strategy. Search engines use algorithms to evaluate sites based on links leading to them. Links are considered votes of popularity and importance from the web. Search engines can determine the popularity of a page based on the number of pages linking to it and the popularity of those pages. And they can also determine the trustworthiness and authority of a page in the same way. So when it comes to links, it's about quality, not quantity. You want to acquire links from credible sources that relate to your business or topic. Search engines determine the trustworthiness of a page by the authority and value of the pages linking to it. So there are a few different methods that you can build links. The first is a natural or editorial link building strategy. This one doesn't really require any effort other than great content on the part of the SEO. The links are given by pages that want to link to your content, and in order to acquire these links, you must have great content and be able to create awareness about it. There's the second one is manual or outreach link building, where you would reach out to bloggers or submitting your sites to a directory or paying for listings. So in order to do this, you must explain to the link target why linking to your content is in their best interest. For example, you can submit your content to an award program or ask the author of a relevant blog to link to your content. You can also search blog directories for articles or subjects that are related to the content you're trying to optimize for, and ask the author to add your link to existing content that has already been indexed. Adding your link to a previously established blog will earn more link juice than creating a new article around your link. The third is self-created or non-editorial link building. So you can create your own links by posting them in the comment section of websites or signing a website's guest book, and along those lines. Search engines tend to devalue these links and will penalize sites that overuse them. These type of links are often considered spammy and should only be used in moderation. So some link building strategies other than self-created, you can get some loyal customers to link to you on their websites or their brand websites. You can partner with other brands, so if you do partner with other brands or you have a supplier, you can ask them to link to your website from their company website. You can create a blog with valuable, informative, and entertaining content, which will increase your chances of earning natural links by participating in conversations and earning links from other blogs. If you can try to create content that encourages viral sharing. You can also get yourself in the news by participating in your community or running a contest or giveaway. Excuse me. You can also release a new product or participate controversial conversation. These are all things that will get people to link to you without you having to try too hard to get them, other than creating good content. Buying links is generally frowned upon. Search engines are working toward discrediting paid links. If your site is caught with paid links, you could be penalized and your rankings will plummet. It's best not to mess around with buying links, as it will most likely hurt you in the long run. So focus your efforts on link building strategy and natural links. So with that, we can move on to citations, which are a little bit similar, but you can actually do these yourself. Citations are a mention of your business name, phone number, and address with or without a link. For example, your business may be listed on an online Yellow Pages directory without a link. This is a citation. Businesses with a greater number of citations tend to rank higher than businesses with fewer citations. Citations are a key factor in appearing in local search results. Citations from well-established and well-indexed directories help search engines be sure of your contact information and categorization. This is why you want all of the crucial information on your citations to be identical across all sources and directories. This includes your name, phone number, and address. Make sure you check directories for your business before creating a new listing, as duplicates can hurt your rankings. If your business has been around for a while, there's a chance it will already be listed on larger directories. If a listing already exists, the first step is to claim your business so you can update or correct the existing information. You will be asked to verify that you are the owner of the business by answering a phone call, clicking a verification link in an email, or receiving a postcard in the mail with a verification PIN number. If your business isn't already listed, you can create a new listing. Most websites will need to review and verify the information before posting the listing. Again, make sure the information you provide is accurate and identical across each citation. You can update information later, but it will slow down the verification process. One of the best places to get citations is from data aggregators such as Infogroup, Newster, Localese, or Axiom. And Factual will compile excessive lists of local businesses and their locations and syndicate their data to most search engines. Being listed on websites such as Yelp, Foursquare, and HotFrog also helps search engines verify that they have the correct information about your business indexed. Other examples of websites to get citations are CitySearch, Best of the Web, Insider Pages, Google+, Facebook, Superpages, Bing, and Yellow Pages. Citations take time to impact your search rankings, so don't be discouraged if you don't see results right away. It can take weeks or even months to see your efforts appear in the search engine's result pages. And so that's citations and link building.
Thanks, Blair. And now we're going to talk a little bit about mobile optimization, and Doug is going to talk a little bit about that as we're looking at this awesome YouTube screenshot. Doug, I don't think we can hear you.
Okay, is this better? Sorry about that. In discussing video and image optimization, it's very important that you utilize all the opportunities out there to actually optimize the images. A lot of people aren't aware that there are things you can do to your images and videos to more search engine optimization friendly. For static images, what they have things called image alt tags. The reason they have this is because Google can't actually see images. So what the alt tags do is they basically tell Google what the image, what the image is. It's a very descriptive little blurb about what exactly is within the image. It's important because there are people with disabilities or accessibility features that may restrict the images from showing. So what you want to pop up is, again, that description of what that certain picture is. In this instance, if you take a look at the picture above, even though it's a YouTube video, if we were just to focus on the image, some people would look at this and just say, this is a picture of a lady sitting and reading a book, which, as accurate as it may be, what you would want to do in this instance is really kind of start adding a few descriptive terms, and if possible, use the keywords that you're looking to get placement for to optimize that. So what we would do in this instance, because we're a search marketing company, is we would go ahead and say, this is a lady reading a book about internet marketing, right? So all of a sudden we've included our specific keywords, internet marketing, in this image, and we now have that additional keyword mention within our on-page content, which, as we discussed earlier, is an important factor in your ranking. The same things go for go for videos. There are opportunities, although they're not very well known and they're not as common as the on-page optimization opportunities, but there are opportunities for you to optimize your video. Right now, Google is big on contextual queries. So if you have an opportunity to make a video, go ahead and what the contextual thing is, it's all about how to. If you have a video that would show somebody how to make a snowman out of marshmallows for the winter, something like that, you're going to want to use the words how to in your title of that video when you're posting it on YouTube, Vimeo, wherever it may be. Again, expanding on that, there are opportunities for you to enter title and description tags when you are posting those videos. So again, be descriptive. Be as descriptive as you possibly can be. The title should be pretty short and concise about what the video contains, but the description, there are no limitations to characters within your description. So get as detailed as you want to be. I was reading an article from a gentleman who posted a video on YouTube who had basically a blog post under his YouTube video that he posted for, and within 2 weeks, that video started showing up number 2 within the YouTube rankings. So because Google owns YouTube, the more descriptive you can be regarding what is contained in the video, the easier it is for Google to figure out if it's relevant and pass that information along to the users. You also want to provide a transcript of your video. Again, for the people with disabilities and issues that sites might have in reading or showing the video, when you can put a transcript into words as far as the video description and what's contained within the video, that helps as far as SEO goes. Create a video sitemap. This might be a little difficult if you're constantly adding and updating videos, but when you can put together a sitemap that outlines specifically all the videos contained on your site or within a certain area of the site, it makes it easier for the search engines to recognize and find these. Lastly, linking principles. This goes kind of to what Blair was saying as far as linking goes. When you make a video that's informative, you make a video that's funny, any opportunities you have for other sites to go ahead and link to your video, whether it be on your site or within one of the YouTube or Vimeo or any of the other sites that would embed the video, that's creating buzz. And the more people that see your video, the more opportunity there are for people to comment on your video or like your video. And those are also factors in video ranking. So again, when you're optimizing for visual aspects of the website, be descriptive. Be as descriptive as you can possibly be, and make sure that if people can't see kind of what's going on in those pictures or those videos, you are specifically explaining what is contained in here, how the search engines actually see the videos and the images.
Okay, thanks, Doug. And with that, we're gonna shift gears a little bit and talk about one of the very hottest topics in internet marketing, web development, and SEO lately. It's called Mobilegeddon. Earlier this year, in April 21st to be exact, Google launched an update to its mobile search, displaying mobile-friendly sites on mobile devices more easily. There's also a mobile-friendly tag that they're showing next to your listing, next to your link, if in fact you have a mobile-friendly site, whether that's responsive or a separate mobile site built for that. And it has caused a lot of commotion. Let's be real. The average American spends approximately 34 hours per month, 34 hours per month browsing the internet on a mobile device, on their mobile phone. And what Google has said is you're not going to rank for queries made on mobile if your site isn't mobile friendly. It's Google's way of delivering the most relevant and best results for each of its searchers, each of its clients in its search. And it really caused a lot of commotion from web development trollers, people who are contacting you, telling you that your website is no longer mobile friendly. It really has caused a lot of our clients to wonder what it is that their site looks like on a mobile device. And I tell you what, that's great. That is exactly what needs to happen. You really need to be delivering to your clients a mobile-friendly and responsive designed website. That's what your visitors deserve, and that's what they need. And what that means is a responsive designed website is a website it's the same website whether you're looking at it on your phone or on your desktop or on your tablet or whatever device you're looking at it on. It just resizes and changes how the information is delivered to that device based on the device itself, based on the width of the screen size. So if you're looking at it on your phone, may put bullets and may order it at the top, whereas when you're and it may cut down the size of the images, and it may load faster. And when you're looking at it on your desktop, it's a great, very large, image-heavy, pretty website. But it's the same code, it's the same database, it's the same content, just served in a different way so that it gives the best user experience to the best user. Now that's the ideal for a mobile-friendly website. That concept is not new. We've been building sites like that for the past year and a half or 2 years, and that's really the right thing to do. But what Google is saying right now is when you do a Google search on your phone, deliver that search engine result page with mobile-friendly sites. And we know that a lot of search happens and a lot of people visit websites from their mobile phones, from the traffic that we track, and we're going to talk about this next, tracking, but from the traffic that we track on all of the websites that we monitor on a monthly basis, we know that somewhere between 35 and 65 or 70% of all traffic on any one given website is going to come from their smartphone. So if a significant portion, if not most of your traffic is going to come from a mobile phone, it makes sense that you should want to give that visitor the best possible experience for the device that they're searching for your phone on. So it, again, makes sense that Google has decided to deliver those search engine results with only those sites that are viewed best on the device that you're doing the search from. So it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. So if you don't have a mobile site and you're not optimizing your mobile site for mobile and for traditional desktop, then that's what you need to do. And again, let me be clear. You need one site, one single responsive designed website that optimizes your single site for both mobile and for desktop. And the reason you need that is because if you had two different websites and you're optimizing against each other, you're kind of cannibalizing your traffic, and you don't get the same amount of juice as if you had one site optimized for both. So think about that. That's exactly what you want to do. And mobile is not going away. It says 34 hours per month browsing on mobile devices, and it's just going to continue to increase. The types of devices are changing, the number of devices are changing, and people are becoming a lot more comfortable looking at the internet or asking Siri a question or talking into their Google textual search or their Google app from the street corner when they're trying to find what they're looking for. So mobile's not going away. So make sure that you have, make sure that what you are delivering, your first impression to your visitor, your website, make sure your first impression is exactly what they want to see, exactly how they want to see it on exactly whatever device that they're looking for. So that's what Google is saying, and that is what is important about Mobilegeddon. So keep that in mind. And the way that you know whether or not you're delivering to your user, your website visitor, your client, your customer, is through tracking and your Google Analytics account or Omniture, Site Catalyst, or whatever tracking resource you use. Everything you ever wanted to know about your marketing budget and its effectiveness, every single line item that you spend money on or you spend time on doing because it's free, needs to show up in your tracking report in some way so you can track effectiveness. And if it doesn't work, stop spending money there, stop spending time there, and transition to what works. And your tracking report tells you a lot of different things. For instance, this tracking report that we're looking at here in the middle, something happened, obviously, in June. June was a good month. You can see that the traffic, there was something that happened in June that caused several spikes, and the baseline of traffic after June, from June on, is higher than it was prior to June. So you can clearly see that here in this report, that some of the things that happened in June not only worked in June, but had a lasting effect. So when you're thinking about your goals from the very beginning, and you're thinking about your search engine optimization and whatever your marketing is, when you're thinking about what it is that you're doing and you're making those goals, determine exactly how you want to track them and how you want to gauge your success. What kind of key performance indicators are you looking for? Is it, I want to increase the amount of traffic that I get from organic search engines? Is it, I want to increase the goal conversion rate? I want more people filling out my forms, or I want more people clicking the phone number and calling my team directly? Or do you want a higher number of pages delivering traffic to you, a higher number of keywords delivering traffic with you, a higher number of keywords ranked in the top 5 or the top 10 or on the first 3 pages? How are you going to use that information? Do you want more people on the site longer? Do you want average pages per visit to be higher? What is it that you're going to target as your key performance indicator, and how are you going to achieve that goal? We're going to talk about tracking in a little bit, or we're going to talk about tools to determine your tracking in a little bit, but keep that in mind. When you're setting your goals in the very beginning and you're running through your tactics of on-page and off-page and link building and citations, and you're running through all that, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? And don't take the easy way out, and don't just track visitors. Right? It's not just about sales. It is just about sales. But how are you going to get there? What specific metrics will lead your consumer so that they can become a customer, a buyer, an actual contract, and revenue? That's what's important. So, Doug, do you want to take us through a few of our SEO tools that we use, and some that are free and some that are paid?
Sure. Like Mitch said, in order to really figure out the KPIs and how successful we are, after we have done something, the first thing we're doing is utilizing a lot of the tools that are out there for us to be able to figure out where there might be deficiencies in the website that we can modify in order to help boost rankings. Like Mitch said, some of them are free. Some of them are free, and then you can go up to a more sophisticated paid version. But if you need to check something out on your website and you don't feel like investing a lot of money, there are plenty of things out there that you can look at that will give you kind of a snapshot as far as how the search engines see your website in its current state. What we use here, we have a few different things we use. There's a website out there, or a tool called Screaming Frog, and what we use that for is we use that for a very technical website audit. It returns data on the character length of certain tags. It determines if there are pages on your website that are returning 400 errors, meaning that people get to the website but there is no content there. Those are just a few of the things that the search engines really kind of frown upon, and things that are very easily fixable in regards to getting them in line and getting that kind of overall score of your website up. We use a site called SEMrush, and what that does is it allows us to see specific keywords that you guys or our clients might be ranking for, and what that position is. It also gives you a snapshot of current competitors that are ranking for the same keywords to figure out where exactly they are within that realm. We use another site called Moz, which is very similar to SEMrush but gives you a little bit more detail. Depending on, again, what specific information you're looking for, there are specific tools out there that you can find very easily that will tell you, what is good and what is bad in regards to what is specifically going on with your websites, i.e. the broken links, duplicate content on specific pages, duplicate title tags, duplicate meta descriptions, everything else. So this covers the tools that we use cover the gamut of SEO from the on page, the very basic, straight down to the very technical stuff. Again, if you guys are looking for some free tools to utilize out there, there's a website called SEO Book, and what that does is it gives you an opportunity to generate a robots.txt code that you can put on the website that, as we discussed, will tell the websites that there's certain areas you don't want your website to follow. So you don't need to be a web developer or technically really technically savvy in order to get these little types of things done. SEO Book also has a meta tag generator if you don't have the time to go ahead and really sit down and write a thoughtful or concise meta description or title tag. There's sites out there that will help you create an XML sitemap that you can upload to Google Webmaster Tools to help Google crawl the site. There's keyword, when you're searching for the keywords that you think might be relevant to your business, you can check out WordStream, or you can check out Google's Keyword Planner. So if you're looking to get kind of a jump start on SEO, there are certain things you guys can do and certain tools you can use. There's also great reference sites out there. There's Search Engine Journal and Search Engine Land. They are always up to date with what's going on in the search world, whether it be organic or paid, and will give you helpful hints and kind of things that are being talked about that might be coming within the industry, so you can get a jump on things. They were reporting about Mobilegeddon a year and a half ago before this even took place with that type of stuff. Moz, which I discussed earlier, has a great section that is free. It's kind of a Search Engine Marketing 101 that covers a lot of SEO basics, some technical SEO stuff, paid search, and other elements, social marketing, and other elements that kind of make up the search marketing realm that you can log on to and learn and search for questions and search for answers to that type of stuff. So there is plenty of information out there for people that feel they don't need to have a search engine marketing company be doing their optimization. So we really recommend that you guys use it and educate yourself as far as what you think you would need, and the things that you feel would help you achieve what you want to achieve in the in your business process.
And with that brings us to our last tip about SEO from Pubcon, and it is exactly what Doug said just last. He said it's about your business process. And think about SEO, you have to think about SEO a little bit differently than any other aspect of your marketing or your business process. SEO really touches and can be affected by every single other component that you have, whether it's your advertising, your online directories, your social networks, your video syndication, your email marketing, your creative design, your reputation management, social media, public relations, or communication strategy. Everything that you do can affect your organic search results. Everything that you do will affect the keywords and the traffic you get from those keywords. And everything that you do is going to affect your credibility in the search engines. So don't think of, or I should say, stop thinking of SEO, search engine optimization, simply as a tool or a tactic that you need to use in order to get your website to rank higher for specific keywords. That's no longer what SEO is. What SEO is involving your SEO team in all of your business processes and all of your business practices to make sure that everything you do helps to build credibility so that any one of your web pages or any one of your articles or any one of your press releases or any one of your online profiles can rank and deliver organic traffic for several of your keywords or groups of words that are similar to what you're trying to target. It is no longer about exact match words. It is about how can I drive and deliver more quality traffic from the search engines that turn into customers, contracts, and sales. So again, SEO is no longer a tactic. It needs to be heavily embedded into your process when you're writing an ad, when you're writing a news story or a press release, when you're setting up your new social media profile, whether you are, or when you're building a new website, when you're writing a billboard, when you have a newspaper ad, when you're writing a radio commercial, when you're sending out an email, whatever you're doing, SEO can be affected by that. Organic traffic will be impacted no matter what you do. So again, stop thinking about SEO as search engine optimization and a tactic that you need to use, and start thinking about SEO as part of your overall business process. It is what is going to make you effective and successful today and moving forward. With that, we hope you enjoyed our webinar today. This concludes our 2015 webinar series, so stay tuned for updates about next year's webinars. As information becomes available, it'll be posted at www.marketingrelevance.com/webinars. And with that, we'll take some questions. If anyone has any questions, please type them into the box, in the questions box. We have had a few as we have been going. Okay, so we'll start with the first one. So what about metadata? So we've heard we don't need to use metadata anymore. Title tags, or we heard the search engines don't use metadata anymore. Description tags and keyword tags. Why would we need to use metadata if the search engines aren't using them anymore? So Doug, do you want to start with that question?
Sure. Part of that question is correct, and part of that is inaccurate. As far as the metadata goes, the meta keyword tags and the meta description used to be part of the SEO formula. You know, it was used to go ahead and rank, help determine rank as far as how relevant you were. However, as search engines, as Google and Bing have developed and kind of educated themselves as they have gone along, they are a lot more focused on providing content based on what they can see and what they can read and everything else versus what is kind of dictated to them as far as the keyword tags and everything else goes. So in that realm, yes, those two specific metadata tags have been kind of pushed down the importance level to where they're not being utilized. but the meta title is imperative in doing SEO. Again, that is you know, right up there as far as importance, along with the actual content of the website, because that's what the first thing that Google sees, and that's, you know, they want to know that what you're telling them is contained in the website when you're using those 65 characters is actually what's in the website. So the metadata is still, certain aspects of metadata is still imperative to the optimization process.
And I would just add to that and reinforce what Doug said related to the description tag. The description tag is your sales pitch. So if you get onto that first page and you are competing with the 10 other links on that page, that meta description is going to be what the user decides your site is worth clicking on. So think about the metadata as not only used for the search engines, but also for website visitors as your sales pitch, and the keywords for the content developers so that they know what, you know, from an editorial standpoint, what they should be writing about and what they should keep that page about. Okay, so we have another question. When putting in alternate text, alt text, for photos on my website, do I use keywords? Doug, do you want to take that one as well?
Yes, when applicable. You don't want to be inserting keywords that don't really fit into the description, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like when you're writing content for your website. The search engines want your content to be relevant yet flow naturally. So you don't want to go ahead and in those descriptions start just injecting what you feel are relevant and important keywords if they don't make sense within the flow of the description. You know, again, kind of going back to our example with internet marketing, we had an opportunity to describe the book as an internet marketing book. So for us, it made sense to be able to utilize a specific keyword that we wanted to optimize for within the within that alt text description. But I certainly wouldn't go about utilizing and what they call keyword stuffing, you know, the alt text and using your description, putting in, you know, 5 or 6 or 8 different keywords that you would like to try and rank for within the context of that description if it's not going to read well and make sense. The description should read clearly and concisely.
Yeah. So in other words, when it makes sense and it is natural in those photos, you should use keywords and effective
Correct.
keywords or,
yes, correct.
or synonyms. But if it doesn't, you know, Google is really looking for natural search. That's exactly the same. You know, that's exactly the same answer that I would see in a lot of or answer a lot of things related to Google. You definitely want to make sure that what you do sounds natural. We do also have another question related to links for Blair. So links, you know, we talked about quality and quantity of links. This person has heard that link building is dead, and in certain circumstances will get you penalized if you do link building the wrong way. So how does what you said in terms of doing it the right way and differ from what I'm hearing related to, you know, penalized link building?
Yeah, so the type of link building that is dead is buying links or posting your links in mass amounts all across the web on comments and website guest books. Search engines are honing their ability to identify paid links and discredit them, and they will catch on to spammy link building strategies and penalize you for it. So yes, that type of link building is dead. But the type of link building we discussed today is natural link building and using your quality, informative content to earn links from authoritative websites and blogs. The goal here is to create content that other websites want to link to and create such loyal customers that they want to link to you, and participate in conversations across the web by asking bloggers to share your content through links and give searchers additional content to improve their experience. The idea is to get your links out there in a way that provides valuable information and improves user experience and, of course, drive traffic to your website.
So again, in other words, natural, normal. get links from places that make sense, that are similar to you, or that are complementary or supplementary to what you and your company does. So very, very natural. So with that, we've run out of time. We thank you all very much for spending the afternoon with us. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or shoot us an email. As you can see on the screen, that is our email and phone numbers. And we look forward to chatting with you in the future. Again, thank you very much for attending. That concludes our webinar for today.